Okay, let's get on to the Bellew of the Week. Then Andy's still with us, so is Ozzy, Matty, Rob Kelly. We've lost Smido, unfortunately, gone but not forgotten. Lewis Kelly, listener of the pod, shout out to him, sent in this little Eubank Senior clip to lead us into Bellew of the Weeks this week in honour of Eubank Jr. versus Ben Jr. Here's Senior himself back in the day in all his glory.
My first mare addressed him first in good Welsh and then in fluent English, like groaning to oneself on Sunday morning in chapel, close before the second psalm. Well, what on earth did the mare do? I was coming to that. You see, he broke wind. He broke wind, the priest, druids, broke wind. Yeah. Nice story.
You know what, Chris? You must have got a whole heap of shit in your head, you know. Because the way it's circling in your head is unbelievable.
Got some knowledge in there, boy.
The way that you can hold something in there.
Okay, listen, I don't want to.
That's not a load of shit. When it comes to go placidly, and you do memorize certain stuff like that. That's real. That's deep. That's like proper. But shit like that last one.
No, that's not. Listen. That's a shit. Listen.
I ain't got no fucking clue what you're on about, boss.
That looks live footage on Maddie.
The fuck did I do?
Poor Matty even getting dragged into Chris Eubank Senior stories from 30 years ago.
That's fucked up. I have nothing to do with this fucking nonsense.
Classic Eubank, man. He does talk some shit, Andy, though, doesn't he?
So, here you go. Well, I'll take this moment. Hey, I gotta, because Rob loves my joke. I got a new one I wrote up, Rob.
Well, wait a minute. I'll give you a quick story, Matt. You probably heard about Eubank before.
Jesus Christ!
It's like just how fucking nuts he is, right? So apparently at the Brighton, I forget the name of the big hotel in Brighton, big fucking swanky place anyway, right? Eubank at this point is retired, long forgotten, right? Somehow, or for some reason, strips down his underpants, walks down for the ballroom, down through the spiraling staircase into the restaurant. He's getting his interview done at the time or whatever that, right? And people are fucking looking at this 6 feet black guy in white undies walking down the fucking stairs, and he turns to the guy who's like fucking following him and says, "Look, yeah, they still remember me."
True, they do.
Jesus Christ!
Of course they're gonna remember. You're standing there with your fucking balls hanging out your pants, you fucking dimwit. Your backwards.
He's class, Eubank. I could listen to him all day talk. He's absolutely quality. Like some of the stuff some of the stuff he comes out with, and like and he does. Do you remember when he did the corner for Junior, and he didn't say a word, and he just started shadow boxing in the corner. Like he's in this fucking fancy suit and stuff like that.
Middle of the ring. Remember he stood up?
Yeah, he was in like such a leather vest, wasn't he, or something?
Yeah, he was in like a leather vest, pants, and like these fucking black boots. You just got Junior face like a slap tart in the corner. Ronnie Davies putting a bit of grease and stuff, and giving him a bit of water. And then you've got Senior just popping out jabs and stuff like that. Moving around for the minute, and then he gets out and doesn't say a word. It's just like. He's a parrot. He's a parody. He's like a cartoon character, but he is fucking gold.
Why does everything he does make him look like a gay prostitute?
To be honest, mate, I don't think many of us have a clue what they look like. So you'll have to shed some light on why what these people do look like.
They walk down the stairs in their underwear and they wear fucking black boots and leather vests and somehow look posh and effeminate at the same time while being in very good shape. That's what a gay prostitute looks like.
You know far too much about these things, Matty.
We'll remember to raise that to him next time.
I watch all sorts of fucking great movies and documentaries.
Chuck Cruise hard drive.
Anyways,
I was going to say it's all coming out tonight, isn't it? It's all coming from the US as well.
Well, but yeah, check this out though. Like some of our parents were like trendsetters. Like Rob, did you know that your mom was playing Pokemon Go 40 years ago? Except the Pokemon were STDs, and she caught them all.
Any other jokes from your dead mother and all?
mom jokes are for everybody. I wouldn't be prejudiced against the living, Rob.
Bringing the humour into Bellew of the week. Well, let's get us back on track. Go on, Rob.
Remember Eubank a couple of years ago? He was like, some interview was some journalist was giving him a dead serious interview, and they were like, "So, Chris, what have you been up to?" And he was like, "Police work." And they were like, "What?" He was like, "Yes, it's Zimbabwe." It's like cracking
Zimbabwe.
something like that.
Do you
Like some
remember?
African country, he was doing police work. He said he was. I don't know what the
Do you
police work was.
Sheriff in English.
Do you remember? Yeah, do you remember he got Sheriff Eubank? He got that fucking badge, and he was walking.
He had a sheriff's badge, like fucking Brave
Yeah,
Star.
he did. Remember, he had a sheriff's badge, but I'm sure it was legit or something like that. I forget where it was in the US where he got
He was
it.
gifted it, wasn't he?
Was it the same place
Yeah.
that Steven Seagal was
You
doing it?
fucking bought it at Toys R Us, for Christ's sake.
It's damn it. It's ridiculous. Like, at least he's in decent shape now. Seagal's a fucking blimp.
It was in Louisiana, and he was what was his name? It just said it then. What was he? He was Sergeant Eubank for the day, and he got the sheriff's badge.
Josh Ford here says sheriff in New Orleans. Flip me. You'd be busy
Was
enough
that what
as
it was?
a sheriff there, I'd say.
Yeah. But then somebody else thinking. Do you remember youth hosteling? Yeah, youth hosteling with Chris Eubank as well, and he was on that program singing "Kumbaya," and he's just dancing around like with these people singing the singing the song and stuff like that. It was absolutely class. He's so funny to watch, like what he does and stuff. He's unbelievable.
Yes, Eubank leading us into Bellew of the Weeks for 487. Let's see what else we've got thrown in. Quite a few this week. Can't get to them all, but we tried our best. Blanco Bryce has nominated Fight Hub Marcos. This is Marcos Villegas. He's quite the character. He's happy with Eubank Ben. He says, relax. This is Eubank Jr. versus Ben fight. He's good. But some people acting like this is Duran versus Ray Leonard or something. He got 258 likes, so you never know. You might be onto something. Here's a story from this week as well that you might have been all over, Matty. Tyson Fury, once again, the most boring troll in boxing. Breaking news, trainer selected for comeback fight with Derek Warchizora. Isaac Lowe, Matty. Tyson, me new pupil. He's ready for to rumbled. Hands rape ready.
And then Fury retired afterwards, and God knows what the fuck is going on. It's
a joke, isn't it?
I don't even know, Steve. Like, between the English and the drunkenness and the constant changes of attitudes and stuff like this, it's tough to be on the Fury train right now, and especially with Isaac Lowe driving, who probably can't read a road sign.
You'll end up somewhere anyway, Rob. He's boring as fuck, man. He's doing my head in, to be honest.
Yeah, and do you know what? Big up Simon Jordan, who's become the kind of voice of reason in the mainstream fucking space. Like, he seems to be covering a lot of boxing the other day, but John Fury was on, singing the praises of the Derek Chisora potential fight. That Simon Jordan was like, nobody wants to see this fight. Nobody at all. And he was like, Fury needs to get a new shtick as well, instead of fucking coming out and saying, sign the contract, you dasser. It's fucking boring, man. Like, it's just coincidentally AJ's fight week, innit? Like, so maybe that's what he's at. Like.
Oh, yes, good point. Didn't even notice that. Good spot from Rapping Rob Kelly there. KSI returns, Andy, to the ring, 27th, live on DAZN Boxing. It's banter boxing.
Pay-per-view.
DAZN pay-per-view. Is it?
Yeah, it's
I see in the background there. Holy shit.
Tenner, I think it is, isn't it? Tenner or something like that.
Yeah.
I tell you what, game changed.
They're a fucking disgrace. Absolutely. And guess who's involved? That cartoon character himself, Callus Sowland, with this one as well. He's just he's a chip shot promoter. Him. I don't care. He's involved with this Eubank fight. He's a chip shot promoter. He's not in the business of making big fights.
He's not really looking too good these days, old Cali boy. I think he's been burning the
He's about to explode, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, literally, when he's sniffing, like copious amounts of cocaine, and then he's probably pumping loads of steroids in him, it's not going to go down well for you, is it? And that's all he does.
No, he's keeping himself busy. Talking to DAZN, Aussie, here we go. August 27 update, by the way, in case you were wondering. KSI is no longer fighting Alex Wasabi. He's now fighting Swarms, and FaZe Temper is going in against Slim for the ICB World Light Heavyweight Championship, live on DAZN pay-per-view.
Who the fuck are these cunts?
Who are these people?
The zone must have
Steve,
fucking
we
blew
need to
all
see
the,
this
all
belt,
the
mate.
the zone
seen it.
after blowing all the fucking graphic design money on the AJ deal. What's the poster there?
Are we missing out here? Like, is there money available on pay-per-view with our
Who gives a
audience
fuck?
and boxing for me to
watching
go, for me to fly overseas and box Rob on an undercard of something? Is there money available for this? We've been missing
Get
out.
the super chats in, will you? Come on, get him in.
With low kicks, Rob. With low kicks.
Great. Now I fucked up, and Rob's got inspiration from his mom. This is shit.
He's coming over to fight Swarms. No, I haven't seen the belt, Andy. I'm assuming it's a duel.
Oh, by monstrosity, some shite, mate.
If my sister knew he made that joke about me, man, he'd have to fucking fight her instead.
They are, Matty. Women's boxing. You're all over it. Get in there, chicks with dig.
Now, this will actually go
chick with a
back to
dick
my.
from-
This will go back to my love of Andy Kaufman and his intergender wrestling championships that he had in the 70s.
Oh, DAZN. Pay-per-view's dead, but not apparently on August the 27th. Adam Abramovich said so much left unsettled in the two Fury Chisora fights. The third fight would clear up all of that. Scott Nichols says the first two were just Derek Chisora, though, Adam. This is the War Chisora version. Different proposition, Ozzy.
Well, I don't even know what to say. The fucking clowns. They're just, I mean, like fucking nicknames and spellings, different. Scott Nichols hasn't got a fucking clue. What's
Abramovich even saying that were clear? Is he being sarcastic there? Because
I think he's trolling.
Yeah, he's got to be.
I hope. On that one, I certainly.
I'm
hope.
disappointed, Matty. Abramovich has got rid of his LinkedIn pen pick. Where's that gone?
He blocked me for something that Adam Abramovich. I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
He used to come on the pod back in Matty's day.
He did. Yeah.
But no.
Well, tell the maggot to unblock me and he can come back on and we can debate.
Get him on. Maybe get her on. Eye on the target, blonde bomber. She's doing a bit of archery. Sahal Sadiq hasn't got his eye on the target. My eyes are on your boobs, he says. It's crazy.
You know what, mate? You've just got to applaud it sometimes. I mean, he's gone straight to the point. None of this, pussyfooting about. So hey, he's just being honest.
Oh dear. Paul Raftery is nominated this
I'm
one.
just impressed you said boobs and not bobs. Like, but the Indian guys, they're searching bobs and vagine. They're going to overtake the world. I mean, you talk about straight to the point. There's no bullshit with these guys.
No bullshit at all. Straight in there. Coogan Cassius, maybe trying to interview Tony Bellew during the Everton versus Chelsea game wasn't the best idea. Paul Raftery has his suspicions here, though, Andy. Early Bellew of the week. Bellew being filmed watching Everton, pretending for attention to get worked up for the first game of the season. Just leave him alone, let him watch the match.
Real fans would have been at the stadium, mate, watching the game rather than getting fucking filmed. What's
he commenting for anyway? None of his business. He's never played Premier League football.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
His views on the Premier League aren't worth the carrot.
Yeah. Did you watch some of that video though? It was cringe. It was so set up. It was so set up. It was just embarrassing to watch. Embarrassing.
I tell you what, Coogs' content's no fucking picking up these days. It's no really kind of churning.
It's garbage, man.
Access issues. Who would have thought?
He's in Uzbekistan. He's going to be first class over to Saudi Arabia soon. I wonder how he's paying for that, but his water bill quickly up through the roof.
Well, let's hope there's a legitimate anyway. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
yeah.
Hopefully so.
Great bunch of guys.
Franny has nominated these lot for the exchange. Too long to go into now, but it ended in Mackenzie Kirchhoff calling Tommy Hearns a bum, but a bigger bum. So there you go. That's what he thinks about Bucks. Hara Davis has been, I think he's trolling again, isn't he? He says Teofimo Lopez would have to travel. Why is he ranked higher than me? He'll be coming here, says O'Hara Davis, if they ever end up fighting. Here's a good one for you, Andy. Danny Young threw this one in. Origin Rumble. No Limits pay-per-view. They love a pay-per-view over in Australia. Look at him on the right-hand side. Origin Rumble. Paul Gallen is fighting Justin Hodges and Ben Hanant on the same night in September the 15th, Nissan Arena, Brisbane. Pay-per-view, no less.
Me, man. Fuck off. I mean,
look at the state of him on the right-hand side.
I thought that Paul Gallen had retired for boxing. Not even though he wasn't much of a boxer, but fuck his size of that guy. How
is this? What are they doing? I was going to say, what are they doing? Like, is it a tag team or something like that? So, like if Hodges gets banged or stunned early on, he's going to tag in Ben Hannon to come in, and then can he double team him or something like that? Or what's going to work?
Hey, come on now.
Jessica Kamara
comments on this podcast.
Jessica Kamara says it. Paul Gallen does it.
Exactly. Well said, Matty. Okay. Exactly 2 fights in 1 night.
Guys into the ring together like the Bushwhackers, are they?
And what happens?
I love Luke and Butch. Great reference.
Yeah. What happens if Gallen gets banged out in the first fight as well? What are they going to do?
You have to wake him up because he has a contract.
Yeah. Look, the No Limit promoter waving a piece of paper around. We've got a contract. Get him back in. He's fucking crippled on a hospital bed with oxygen. Right, we're getting him back out now. Ben fucking Hannon's there.
We've got to report on this one, Ozzy. Remember this September the 15th, man. We've got to.
Absolutely.
Be like Mick Foley coming off the gurney after the Undertaker threw him off the cage.
We actually going to watch this shit, man.
We've got to watch this. Come on.
I am, definitely.
The commentary is.
I tell you what,
the commentary is going to be fucking unreal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I wonder what he'll do. I wonder if Hannon will get frustrated and interrupt the fight. Halfway, midway through the 5th round. Oh, I tell you what,
fight them both. Yeah.
It'll be.
He's got to need a priest.
There's one man who could even it up, though, isn't there? In Gallen's corner, Father Dave. Father Dave. Let's get him on the scene. Make it. Tag team, Paul Gallen, Father Dave. He can get that dodgy book out, what he wrote and stuff like that. Get him involved.
You should read his book. He's onto something, mate.
Yeah. Steve, I've WhatsApped you the front and back cover as well, by the way, of the Father Dave book.
Oh, have you? Brilliant. Yeah, did you see Ryan Deal's Photoshop during the week? He Photoshopped one of my books and turned it into Irish boy band review. With all the characters they are.
Good God.
Whoever left a comment as well, by the way, with the fucking Father Dave quote for the podcast. I've listened to your podcast, mate. Whoever that was.
I think you're onto something.
I think you will be onto something.
Ryan as well, yeah. That was
good man, Ryan. Yeah, good stuff.
He's class today. There's the boys on there. Some brilliant photoshopping work from Ryan as usual. We shall move on. Final few here. Ben Russell has nominated Chazza, West Ham United. He said, people moaned when DAZN didn't do pay-per-view. They moan when they do. They moan about anything. I don't remember anyone moaning that DAZN weren't doing pay-per-view, but apparently Chaz seems to remember that. And then Brian King has nominated the little maggot himself, Everything Boxing. So ignorant. Hearn made more money from his Saudi percentage than he ever would have if the fight landed on DAZN. DAZN are now doing pay-per-views. Bad for fans. More money for Eddie Hearn. He's having a terrific year. The little maggot Andy, as you refer to.
I want to hear Ozzy's take on that, actually.
All the guys that are having a great year, fucking Klaus Schwab, Eddie Hearn.
Bring back Bill Cooper, Rob. Oh dear, yeah, Eddie's doing well. He's doing bits. Like father, like son, DAZN boxing. Which son of a legend will have the greatest career? I think we've gone through that one. Better Q nominated the cat. He says, Eddie, Frank, Joe, DAZN tagged in. You deserve an award. The boxing this year has been unmatched and you're only starting. Well, I've got news for you. I think they might be finishing sooner than you think, to be honest, but DAZN are doing their best there. Andy, you sent one in to me. Is that Murat Gassiev?
Look at the size of him, man. Look at the start. Look at his.
I thought it was Kurtz's size.
Thought it was Avni Yildirim.
Look at his stubble, man. His stubble's got alopecia. Fucking hell. Look at him. So, he's 28. And the thing is, when I tweeted that out, right, every response I got, we're all saying, he's 28, by the way.
He's been 28 for about the last 5 years, him.
Fuck me, man. Washed. That's the definition of washed.
He looks in a bad way. Does he even fight anymore?
Nah,
he's in the gym there too, apparently.
He's the biggest myth in boxing, isn't he? Well, wait till he gets up to heavyweight to be banging everybody.
Yeah.
Well, he's there.
Good point. Good point. He's finally made it. Yeah, he doesn't look great.
Size him, honestly, and I just thought really the alopecia really kind of set it off with the baldness and that as well. So But look at his chest, and his back, and his shoulders. Man, he looks like a fucking coconut.
Must be something going on behind the scenes, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they as well. I mean, I think they all made good money in that Super Series and that. So
I think
he's
that's being shot
probably
behind the scenes, Steve. That's
I'm not suggesting anything, Rob. I'm just putting the questions here. That's all I'm here for. Just a mere intermediary on a Sunday evening. He looks like Rocco. Do you remember Rocco, Andy, who used to come on? The taxi driver.
Yeah.
There's a name from the past for you.
I remember him, man.
He looks.
didn't
He looks.
the fucking other pod used to get him on to tell like sex stories and all on the pod, like of his taxi adventures, didn't it?
Quite possibly.
That's
I
it.
don't
I
know.
remember him, real Cockney accent. Yeah, fucking hell.
He looks like some of the Slavic guys doing security and shit in a Serbian film. Like he could definitely play that role. Like honestly, kind of looks like the guy who took a cock to the eye. Like he really does. He looks like the guy that took the cock to the eye, which is one of the greatest deaths in all horror movies, by the way.
That's happened to us all. Final one for me. I'm not sure what was going on here with Eubank Jr. turning up looking like a suitcase at the press conference, but I suppose that's fashion. Them young'uns, Matty, that's what passes for fashion.
He's turning up like a fucking briefcase, man. What the?
I know.
It looks like it looks like the GQ version of what you'd wear to go on a fucking hike with Bear Grylls.
I wouldn't mind as well, right, by the way. It was like 35 degrees outside that day, and he's walked in a fucking leather jacket, which resembles a fucking fancy suitcase, and he's got that on. He was sweating on stage.
I'll burn that weight.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's what he's doing. Yeah, he's literally run away. And I'm thinking, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's fucking bizarre. Absolutely bizarre.
Did he perhaps have a Carl Froch moment and have a Ryanair flight soon after, and he didn't want to fucking pay the luggage?
I've just had a look now at how much that leather jacket. It's coming up here as 10 grand. This fucking 10 grand. And, mate, it's terrible.
And it's 40 degrees Celsius outside as well.
Yeah, come with 3 grenades in that big left pocket.
Ben doesn't look much better, does he?
I'm being deadly serious. That one on his on the bigger box, has that got a padlock on it?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah,
it's got a fucking padlock on it. Like fuck me, like it literally is a suitcase.
Like
it just
a
needs one of those.
case, isn't
He took it off.
Just needs one of those. It just needs one of those plane tags now, doesn't he? Saying destination and where he's fucking going.
Locket, that's where he keeps his journal, does he?
Yeah.
Are you shocked when his dad is walking down the fucking staircase wearing underwear and dressed like a gay prostitute everywhere he goes?
Yeah,
like,
that's
is
true,
the apple falling that far from the fucking tree?
He took it off when people kept coming up and asking for a loan of a pencil sharpener. He took it off then.
First day at school, isn't it? That. Oh dear, there you go.
This is where I keep my pencils.
We've got a couple of videos as well. I uploaded them during the week, so I can't actually remember what they are, but we'll find out all together. First of all, I've got this saved as Snide Eddie Hearn, so no doubt it's going to be up our street. Let's have a listen to Snide Eddie Hearn.
So I'm going nowhere. I'm going to get, on everyone's nerves, and I'm not going to stop, but I'm going to make boxing great again in America.
How'd that work out?
I think that needs to be replayed again, by the way. Even the end.
Someone's getting raided next week.
Did I say America, mate? I meant Saudi Arabia. I meant Australia,
mate. I meant Australia.
Oh, good old Eddie coming in peace. That's Snide Eddie. Also, Clarissa the Goat Shield. Someone asked me to play this with feeding the ducks over the top of it, so I'm going to try and do the best for you that I can. So here's Clarissa. Where's feeding the ducks here? Let's see if we can make this work. Yeah, I'm not sure what that song was, but there's the copyright for this week at least. Or weren't going to get one.
Clarissa Shields' arse is going to end up getting us pulled off YouTube finally.
Yeah, she definitely got cakes. That's for fucking sure.
Wouldn't mind your head cracked in there, mate.
Ozzy, can you imagine if she had as much hair as she had ass?
What are you setting him off on that one for?
Move on.
Let's move on. I'm gonna have to take Eubank off the screen. Right, that's all the ones I've got. Andy, you've sent in Gassiev plus a couple of others. Do you have anything else to add to this trawl?
Yeah, just one from Mauricio Suleiman, mate. Obviously, he had a phone call with Tyson Fury, who we'll just add into this one as well. He was confirmed his official retirement from boxing. He said he fully supported his decision, which would be a dream to retire undefeated as WBC champion. But I also believe I've given them until is it a week? I've given them, I think, until he's to make it official in writing. And they're going to be preparing a special farewell event for Tyson very, very soon. So I can just imagine the shitty belt they're going to create for this fucking pish.
Why is the head of the WBC sitting there with a Tyson Fury hat on his head like a big ring licker? He's there to run an supposedly neutral organisation in boxing that's supposed to oversee
non-profit, mate.
Non-profit fights. He's an absolute disgrace, as a wise man once said.
He's a fucking cloud chaser. A cloud chasing cunt, that man. Honestly, he's got to be front and bright in that motherfucker. Honestly, God, man.
Any others, Andy?
That's it, mate.
Good stuff. Ozzy, any from you, please?
Don't think so, no.
Who made a comment that was quite funny? Oh yeah, Michael Thompson. Clarissa built like a lowercase b. She's looking fine, Matty, and she as we go on to play. Any nominations, Matthew, to throw in?
I think I gave you guys that David Hay quote in the chat where he said that he could beat Wilder and Fury, I think he said. And I thought that was pretty quality considering his track record against taller fighters. And then I wish you would have uploaded it, Steve. I sent you guys that video. I sent you guys that like 500 or 600 person boxing match.
That would have thrown off, Matty. I think 600 people fighting in the car park, inciting violence. Case closed.
It's good. They just like go running and just start fucking punching each other. I'm like, who the fuck organizes this shit?
They do that in some European countries, don't they? With the hooligans, they kind of just let them fight it out in like fields away from the cities and stuff. That's not an unusual thing. Yeah,
I think that's actually kind of fair. Like,
just so they're not smashing up towns and stuff. It kind of makes sense in a strange way.
Yeah, it's kind of like a soccer riot. They're just taken away from the stadium, I guess.
No, good nomination. Yeah, good nomination. I thought I'd maybe not play that one to be on the safe side. Rob, any from you, please?
No, I just had sent in the Father Dave covers. That's all. Just thought to be worth a look at. But he already got his award last week, so no, I've nothing new in the world of boxing this week. Sorry.
Whoa.
Everything to do with the fucking Ben Eubank fight stinks. It's fucking horrible. Eubank was sitting there with a big grin on his face looking at him when he actually saw the size difference, and he's like, I'm getting paid to beat up this midget. Like, fuck me, I have hit the fucking jackpot here. Like, I haven't had to fucking fight for a real world title and get exposed again. I'm going to go in here, do a Roy Jones impression for a few years, and when I get him in trouble, I'm going to bash him up. And I tell you what, everybody celebrating this fight has overlooked the fact that, you know, it's the generational grudge match, right? Based on a legacy of two lads who fucking left people in fucking very bad states in the ring, and another one of the sons has already left somebody fucking rode off and in a very bad health after fucking pulverizing them in the ring. And the board are going ahead and sanctioning a fight with a fighter who's a 160 guy who's operated for fucking practically 2 years at 168 before that, down at a lower weight to cut him down, and then they're letting a fucking welterweight who's never even fought a top 10 guy, I don't think, in his own division, go up and fight a fella who's been fighting in the Super 6. It's a fucking out. And if anything fucking happens to fucking Conor Benn, man, like, I'm telling you what, like, the blood of the fucking is on major promoters' hands. And I don't want to get too fucking, you know, this is Bellew of the week and all that, but everything about that fucking fight, the build up and people talking about, you know, Ben has dog in him and all, this is going to be an embarrassing spectacle for boxing. So anyone that's involved in that one, and Fury as well, man, like, I'm a massive Tyson Fury fan as a fighter, but he just makes up shit on the fly for the sake of saying it. You don't think fucking Isaac Lowe is training Tyson Fury for a third Derek Chisora fight? Chisora himself started saying he's not fucking, he made me an offer or something for $2 million, then he pissed off. Frank Warren never heard a word about it. Bob Arum never heard a word about it. He's just on fucking Instagram talking shit, keeping himself in the spotlight. If he's not going to fucking fight again, retire then. If you're going to retire, if not, fight the winner of AJ Usyk. And if you're going to retire, go and retire and let Wilder become the WBC champion and get him back in the mix again, because that's what boxing needs if you're no longer around. But anyway, they're my ones.
Well said. Well said, Rob Kelly. I can endorse that. Bellew of the Week. Let me quickly go over them then before we finish up, get our nominations, do all those good things. So we had Chris of the Goat Shields, we had Snidey Hearn, and we had Eubank talking. I don't know what he was on about, to be honest with you. Also, we had Marcos Villegas. We had Isaac Lowe, Tyson Fury, as Rob just mentioned there. We had KSI and all of this whole fuss going on the Zone pay-per-view. We had Adam Abramovich and Scott Nichols. We had Ebony Bridges and Sohail Sadiq. We had Kugan Cassius and Tony Bellew. We had Mackenzie Kirchhoff. We had O'Hara Davis. We had the Australian fight. And we also had Ben Russell and Everything Boxing, the Zone again. Better Q nominating the Cat 123. We had Murat Gassiev looking rather portly, and the whole Chris Eubank Conor Benn spectacle, including the suit itself. Andy, not the strongest of weeks, but we've got quite a few funny ones thrown in there. Who are you going for?
I'm going to go for the Paul Gallen one, actually. Just like, again, this is just where boxing's at just now, and that just total gimmicks. Clearly, it's getting set up for him to try and win these two fights. If he's fighting two guys on the same night. Yeah, so Paul Gallen, whatever the fight promotion was it No Limits Boxing, whatever it was? So
yeah, the whole Australian debacle.
Yeah, them.
Good stuff, Andy.
Andy votes for Australia.
Australia, yeah, we've upset them before. We have quite a lot of listeners in Australia. Shout out to them, not included.
Great bunch of lads.
They're great people. They're just different, man. They're just different.
They are indeed. Matty, who are you going for, please?
I think I have to go for Eubank Jr. and his Versace tactical leather urban vest.
Good nomination. Eubank getting one as well. For what it's worth, I'm going for the Aussies alongside Andy. That was a good nomination from Danny Young, a tag team. Who knows what's going on there? Aussie, who are you going for?
Yeah, the Aussie tag team and Paul Gallen, just unbelievable. I'm actually looking forward to watching it. It's just the comedy. I mean, look at the size of fucking, I assume Ben Hannon, the fat bastard. Look at the fucking size of him.
Absolute disgrace.
Oh, chippy tits.
It fucking is, mate. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, there is a big set of fucking chippy tits there as well.
Love that, man.
That's 3 for the Aussies. Looking forward to that. Who knows what's going to go down, Rob? Literally, who knows what's going to go down? Who are you going for, Bellew of the Week?
It has to be them as well. But is there nobody in boxing able to make a flyer? Look at the fucking state of that. Like
Origin Rumble, Rob.
Origin Rumble, man, in Australia. Fuck me, man. Yeah, we'll go for that one for the crack. Why not? Like,
There you are, Paul Gallen, Origin Rumble. No Limits, Australia. You can come on the pod and explain if you want. Congratulations. You're the Bellew of the Week winners for episode 487.